Before I move on to just talking about the Daisies, you were, of course, in Revolution Saints. They put out a third album again. Couldn't tour, couldn't do anything with that. Is that a project that still interests you? Because I understand that the contract was 3 records and it's done, and now you can move on. Do you still want to work with Dean and with Jack Blades, or is your
I,
focus?
I I love those guys, and I mean, it was a blast to do that stuff. It was really like a throwback to melodic rock from the '80s. Played,
Awesome, by the way. You can't beat a lot of rock from the 80s.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I'm really I feel like that that was a studio project for the record company that really we didn't really have much to say about it, and it was really we all did a little bit of writing on it, but I think Three and Done is good for that. But that being said, I will always work with Dean or Jack. Those guys are dear brothers of mine. So I just don't know if it makes sense to keep putting out records without promoting it properly, touring. And that's why after we worked so hard to put together this Holy Ground album, we felt like let's just push everything aside and let's focus directly on the Dead Daisies right now. So that's what we're doing.
Jeremy, go ahead. I know you.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm just trying to like process that, where you said it's like, you did a little bit of writing and it was sort of more kind of like a project of the record label. Like, what does that mean though? Like, are you like, does the record label just hire the 3 of you to go in and say, hey, we got some money, can you produce an album for us? We got 3 great musicians. Like what does that mean? Like, is it like
that's kind of what it is? But I mean, the thing is it started off as Dean's solo project because Dean's a great singer.
Correct.
And in fact, so he said he wanted me and Jack to be involved. And once that happened, the record company said, and by the way, I had just stepped out of Whitesnake. So I would never have joined any kind of a band situation or even done anything with a band name if I was in Whitesnake, because I was completely 100% for Whitesnake, and it was full time. So I didn't have time to do anything. But then Dean said it's solo record. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then I was out of Whitesnake, and they decided let's make this a band project, and we got a good response on that first album, and then I just thought that was it. I thought it was done, and then we went, and it was Dean had gone through some personal stuff, and so I wanted to be there with him and get back to business with him. So we put together that second one, and I thought that's it. And then record company came and said, we really want you guys to do a third one. And I said, actually, I don't really think it's a good idea because, you go on shows like this and people are like, you guys aren't touring, so it's not a real band and blah, blah, blah. We had gotten great offers, tour dates and stuff, but we just couldn't do it with our schedules, especially at that time. Well, in the beginning there was Night Ranger and Journey, and I was taking care of my son. I had basically needed to be home,
right?
And we just couldn't get it together. So I didn't see a point in doing a third one. But the record company and the producer Alessandro Del Vecchio got a few songs sent out, and we kind of I added to some of those songs a little bit, and we knocked it out. And I think it's I think people have enough music there. They asked us if we would do another one maybe, and I said I really don't want to do that. I said, why don't you guys pick like the best songs off of each one and put out a best of or something,
right.
Do something
and
like
I
that.
mean, you don't even really need to go out. Like my whole thing is that, okay, you've got amazing musicians just going into the studio, recording some awesome songs, really great parts. And like, as a fan, like I just want to enjoy hearing my favorite musicians laying down some killer tracks. Like I don't need to go out and see a show. Like why can't you just enjoy it?
I do.
Well,
I need the shows. I love the shows. That's the
I
whole
think
thing.
I think there's something to be said for both. I mean, a lot of people would want to have a record, even if they can't see a band, they'd want to have a record because they dig the music and it makes them feel like either as an escape, or they want to work out to it, or they want to take a road trip to it. Maybe they don't want to go to the concert, whatever. But with the Dead Daisies, we definitely want to support old school, these records that we're doing, and especially now with Glenn in the band, leading the band, it's like it's very important that we get out there and show what this is going to be.